Hey, so welcome. I'm just going to be waiting a couple of minutes, about 2 minutes or so, just so others can hop on in. Right, you. So we'll kick off in about 1 minute or so. Let me just share my screen. Let me share my screen. Right, it's going to be an interesting class today. I know some of you are experienced traders, or at least are at the intermediate stage. So what I'll be looking to do is to take trade if we find any. I just came out of this trade. I just came out of this trade on gold. Let me share the link. Trust you guys can hear me. Okay. Right. So what we're doing today is basically introduction to Forex. Introduction to Forex for those of you who know lit very little or nothing about Forex. Those of you who know little or nothing about Forex, we're going to be starting in just 1 minute. Okay. All right. Good afternoon, Alicia. I can see, some of you are on YouTube. I can see some of you are watching on YouTube. Um, you know what? Let me also share the link. I mean, if you are in the VIP room, well, click on the like button for us on YouTube to get it going out. But if you are in the VIP room, you can also join using um the Zoom link, the regular Zoom link there. You can also join in using that Zoom link. Okay. All right, let's go. So basically, this is an introduction to Forex, but like I say, when we do find trades, we would also be looking to take those trades. This is GU, for instance, pound USD. Okay, so let's go. Now, the Forex market is a 7 point, well, let's just say $7 trillion a day market. $7 trillion a day market, which basically means over $7 trillion, not billion, but $1 trillion exchange hands in the financial market every day. And the Forex market basically is bigger than any other kind of market in the financial institution. Forex is otherwise called FX. Let me just write that down. Forex is otherwise known as the FX market. Forex, otherwise known as the FX market. And it's a market that has been going on for centuries. It's not something that started yesterday. Now, it has only just started getting popular, obviously with the advent of the internet, but it's something that has been there for, hundreds of years. Obviously over time it has developed to the point where we can now trade it on the computer. At some point, some years ago, it was not even accessible to you and I, who are regarded as the retail traders. But now we can actually trade, Forex, alongside the bank, government, and of course, large institutions and corporations. Now, straight away, that tells you that there are a number of participants in the Forex market. You have the big boys, as I call them. You have the central banks of different nations. You have large companies, like Coca-Cola and all that. Obviously, they do, transact in foreign exchange. You have the government, some government, yeah. Well, not some governments facilitated, and of course, we have retail traders like you and I, the average man in the street, where as we trade maybe using hundreds of pounds or dollars, thousands of dollars, tens and even hundreds of dollars. The big boys, the bank, they trade in tens of millions, hundreds of millions, and even billions, when they trade. So you can see, it is the case that, a lot of money is going in and out of the market, and it is for us, as it were, to learn how to do it well so that so that we can actually, have a bit of the pie, as it were. Now, the question is, how do you do this? Well, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing today, sharing, just, giving you some kind of introduction to Forex. Now, Forex obviously has to do with, basically is foreign exchange. Oh, okay, sorry. I spelled it wrongly there. My goodness. There I am correcting people, and I am spelling it wrongly myself. What a laugh, what a funny one. Forex. There we go. Okay. So basically when it comes to Forex, you find that, a number of participants are there in the market, but you have to know how to trade it like any other business, any other enterprise. You need to know how it works before you can actually profit from it. That's basically what it is. And even as we see here, let's dive right into it. You know, Forex is a market that can be traded, 5.5 days a week, 5.5 days a week, because it's open from Sunday evening, that's Eastern Standard Time or New York time, from Sunday evening right through to Friday evening when it closes. So there's that period on Saturday and for most part of Sunday when the market is actually closed. So it's open 5.5 days in a week, which obviously means that, I currently I'm speaking to you from New York. It's just about 10 minutes or so past 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Even though, in some countries at the moment, it's like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock. In some other countries, they are basically, sleeping, or it's early hours of the day. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can actually trade. We have access to the same market, as it relates to Forex. So while I am asleep, someone else in Tokyo be awake, trading. Or while I'm asleep here, someone else in London, UK, or somewhere in Nigeria or Africa somewhere could be trading. it's a 24-hour day market, 24-hour market, 5.5 days in a week. Yes. Now there are some markets which are open 365 days of the week, every single day. Markets like the crypto market, but this is not crypto. This is Forex. Okay. So what you have on your chart here, what you have on your screen now, is basically what we call candlesticks. We call them candlesticks. We call them candlesticks. Even as you can see, the candlesticks are red and green on the chart. They are red and green. I have chosen red and green. Those are the colors that are popularly chosen even for or by Forex traders. You can see, we call them candlesticks. You can see they look like candles. Candles you would stick in your birthday cake, when you're celebrating. And just like candles, they do have the wick at the top, except that yes, some of them have wick at the top and wick at the bottom. Like this big one, it's got a big wick at the top and a big wick at the bottom. So this is basically representing price movement. When the price moves in the market, it either goes up and down. We call it market fluctuation. And the beautiful thing about Forex is that you get to make money, you get to make profit in the market, whether the price is going up or down. So this is gold at the moment. This is gold. Let's go to another asset. This is, let's come here. This is, the pound JPY. In Forex, you trade currencies. You are trading one currency against another. Just like if I am in the US and I'm wanting to go to the UK, for instance, I'll be looking to purchase or to buy the currency used in UK, which is pound. That's basically what you're doing. We are buying and selling currencies, not so much, not so much so that it will come to your hands. No, you basically buy and sell them on the computer and you make profit that way. So whether you are buying or selling, you get to make money. So even as I was saying a while ago, you can see here, some of the candles are green, some are red. Whenever the price is going up, it's represented by green candle. And when it's coming down, it's represented by red candle. So what we do as traders basically is to do our market analysis using the candles. You can see I can make it small, I can make it smaller. So I can actually see more candles to the left-hand side here, or I can make it bigger, so I can only see a few. So we basically do our analysis looking at the candlesticks and determining whether the market is going up or whether it is going down. That's basically what it is. And I can tell you it's not rocket science. I just traded this pair a while ago. I entered the market run about here or so. I entered the market run about here. I entered the market on the close of this candle and the price dropped and I made some profit. Just literally 5 minutes or so before I started this live. So this is exactly what I'm going to be teaching you over this coming week, even as you join me. I'm going to be teaching you how to trade, how to enter the market at a basic level. I mean, obviously, if you're wanting to, take it further and know how to analyze the market yourself, then obviously, you will need to talk to me. But what I intend to teach you is how to place trade so that even as I enter this trade, you can also enter the trade and make money whenever I'm making money in the market. You know, I'm not going to be so much giving you details as to how to analyze the market because obviously that takes time. That is a service which I offer, a paid service. But I'll be teaching you how to actually enter the market and come out of the market. Okay, so what am I, saying here? I'm basically saying even as I trade on a weekly basis, at least on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can actually join me and trade along. Let's make some Christmas money, like I call it. I mean, Christmas is around the corner. We can still make some money in the market, even in the coming week. So feel free to join me. I mean, um, what more do I share with you today? You know, like I said, this is basically these are candlesticks. They represent price movement. I mean, some people call it graph, but no, it's not called graph. I mean, we learned about graph in school doing math. This is actually called the chart. It's a currency chart, which has candlesticks, depicting whether price is going up or down. Let me show you something. So you can see the number here at the top. This is the British pound against the US dollar. This is the British pound against the US dollar. And you can see the exchange rate, the current exchange rate. What Forex is not the same thing as money transfer. Do not confuse the two. Forex is not money transfer. Like I gave an example a while ago. If I'm traveling to the UK, I'll have to buy pounds. Yes, I would have to buy pounds as it were, either from the bank or from the money transfer, some agency or something. That's not exactly what this is. What we are doing here is to analyze the market to see if the price is going up or if it's going down. And to be honest with you, you can see here the price was basically just going up. Right from the bottom here, it was just going up, going up, going up, and then it turned going down. So this is basically what you will need to learn as to how to tell when the price is going to start going up. And if the price is going up, you basically buy. And if it does go up, you make money. If it is coming down, you sell. And if it does go down, you make money. Trading, as it were, is simple. I'll be the first to tell you, trading is simple, even though it's not easy because the human emotions get in. People get greedy. Some of the reasons why people do not make money in Forex is one, because they are greedy, the emotions set in, emotion of greed and fear. Another reason why they do not make money in Forex is because they have not learned how to actually trade it. A number of people think they can just go on YouTube and learn. No, it takes some people quite a while to actually learn to begin to trade the market profitably. But of course, if you are mentored, then I would say, it doesn't have to take more than 4 to 6 months before you know how to trade profitably. And obviously, once you have the skill, you have the skill for life. It's a skill that no one can take away from you. I call it a recession-proof skill. Lots of people are losing their jobs today to AI, but forex traders who are trading profitably can be sure that they can always trade from the comfort of their home profitably and earn a living. Now, just to round up by saying, you might be asking or wondering, what do you need to start trading? Well, good question. All you need is your computer like this, your PC, your laptop, or even your smartphone, your mobile phone, your cell phone. And as long as you have internet connection, you can trade from anywhere in the world, really. Literally, you can trade from the supermarket, the beach, restaurant, wherever you are, in the bus, the train, wherever you are, as long as you have a phone, your laptop, and internet connection, you can actually trade the financial market and make money. Okay, so I think I'll leave it there today. But we are trading again together on Thursday. Sorry, on Tuesday. Today's Thursday. We'll be trading together again on Tuesday, 9 a.m. EST, Eastern Standard Time. That's New York time, 9 a.m. The last trade we did obviously was 2 days ago. It was a profitable trade. We got a profitable trade on gold during the live session. And when we trade together, when we trade together in the morning on Tuesdays, we tend to focus on just trading as opposed to teaching. Yes, we do some teaching, but most of the teaching is actually done on Thursday at this time, like we are now. So join us for another profitable session, even on Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and let's get the bag. Okay, now have a good one. If you feel free to reach out to me, let me see. Feel free to reach out to me. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And as a matter of fact, I would encourage you to join my my free Telegram group, where I also provide some level of mentorship, and obviously trade signals. We've taken a trade today on pound JPY, which was a profitable one, smashing trade. And the whole idea is to make money from this, to generate an income from this on a consistent basis. Okay, reach out to me on Telegram. Follow my social media handles on TikTok and Instagram, and send me a DM if you need to. Okay, now, God bless.